Hey, good morning. Guess I can take this off because I'm underneath this covering, but it's raining. It's Monday, March the 12th, 2024. This is Wes Fryer, and this is another episode of Wisdom with Wes. And I want to briefly talk about hacking your brain, hacking our brains. Boy, is it ever important to try to take control of your mind. Man, this should be like lesson 101 for life. We should formally do this in the curriculum. I don't think we do, at least not in, K-12 schools in the United States typically. But I do teach a lesson to my students that I call brain hacking. And we need to be aware of how, advertising as an example, but all kinds of situations people are trying to get us to think particular things. I had a good conversation last night over Zoom with our youngest child, who is a freshman at the Air Force Academy, and things are difficult right now. We would call this time the dark ages when I was there, because the sun, comes up late, it goes down early, it's oftentimes cold and cloudy and snowy, and academics are hard, and it feels like a long time to spring break. And, training is ramping up. They have a fourth class system where there's all sorts of, sometimes silly, but very challenging things that are a little bit like basic training. And it just goes on and on. It's hard. And life is hard. You don't have to be at the Air Force Academy to be facing difficulty in life. And I think that it's so important that we try to not marinate in the things that are toxic and the things that are negative and the things that bring us down. And one thing that I've learned and I try to do is to pay attention to the record that I play in my head. The more you hang out with different people, you'll find, and I call it this, the record that they play, and sometimes that's the story they'll tell again or what they say about themselves. What is your record for yourself today? What are you telling yourself today about yourself? Or about the things that you're going to think about. I'm a barbecue guy, right? I marinate meat, I marinate food. It sits in spices and sometimes, a binder of mustard or, other things. And so marination, what are we going to allow to marinate in our head? It's important to replace negative, toxic thoughts and ideas with positive ones. I don't think we can just say, ooh, I want to stop thinking about this. I think we have to proactively choose and say, I'm going to think about this. And as a follower of Jesus and a person of faith, I love the exhortations of the fruits of the Spirit, right? Love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, and self-control. Happiness is actually not one of them. But love, peace, joy, kindness, faithfulness, gentleness, self-control. These are the things that we want to marinate in. So what is a thought of something joyful? What is something that brings you peace? What is something that fills your soul with joy? Try and marinate, have that thought marinate in your head, hack your brain for good. Because we live in a tough world, and we shouldn't allow the world to dominate our mind. We should be proactive, and we should hack our brain. And that's my thought for today. Have a great week.